Hello and welcome to the fourth week of Season 20, Season of Defiance, starting on March 21st, 2023. So for week 4, let's have a look at our legacy rotation, starting with the Forsaken expansion.
Ready if you are. Let's see what's out there.
The Dreaming City this week is at a strong curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in Rio Silvia, and has the Dark Monastery mission for the next week. The Blind Well features Taken Enemies and the Plague Inomina. The Ascendant challenge this week will be the Keep of Owned Edges, which can be located over in the Harbinger's Seclude on the Dreaming City. Next up, the Shadowkeep expansion. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is in the Deep. The Trove Guardian is located in the Hellmouth. The Wandering Nightmare is the Nightmare of Hawkis in the Anchor of Light. And the Nightmare Hunt this week will be Skolus, Pride, Fanatic, Insanity, and Omnigul, Anguish. For our Beyond Light expansion, on Europa this week, Praxis, the Technocrat, will be the Empire Hunt, Cadmus Ridge will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Safeguard. For the 30th Anniversary expansion, we have the loot rotation for Dares of Eternity, which will be on week 4's rotation, with the Scatterhorn armor set and the Pathfinder armor set being available. The weapons available this week will be the Stasis Precision Frame Shotgun, Factatis, the Solar High Impact Frame Auto Rifle, Krajua Milo, the Stasis Precision Frame Hand Cannon, Vulpicula, the Arc Precision Frame Bow, Wolftone Draw, the Solar High Impact Frame Fusion Rifle, Iotona Draconis, the Solar Rapid Fire Frame Heavy Grenade Launcher, Canis Major, the Arc Vice Rapid Fire Frame Scout Rifle, Contingency Plan, the Kinetic High Impact Frame Pulse Rifle, Legal Action 2, the Solar Rapid Fire Frame Heavy Grenade Launcher, Outrageous Fortune, the Void Adaptive Frame Sword, Steel Syllabus C14, and the Kinetic Lightweight Frame Sidearm, spoiler alert. For the Witch Queen expansion, the Witch Queen weekly story mission is the Communion, where you will have Barrier and Unstoppable champions. The Wellspring activity has been updated to include a featured Throne World weapon, Veritas armor, and a weapon pattern as its rewards. For the Lightfall expansion, the weekly mission is No Time Left, and the Vex incursion this week will be in the Liming Harbour. In addition, the weekly Lightfall reset also refreshes the Pinnacle drop for the Node Override Avalon exotic mission on the EDZ. Raids and Dungeons. The Kingsfall Raid challenge this week is the second encounter, War Priest, called Devious Thievery. Players must steal the Brand of the Initiate within a couple of seconds of taking the Brand Claimer's buff. The Vow of the Disciple challenge this week is the first encounter, Acquisition, called Swift Destruction, where Guardians must kill all champions within a few seconds of each other on all rounds. The Deepstone Crypt challenge this week is the third encounter, Tanix Part 1, called Of All Trades. Guardians must perform each role at least once, Operator, Scanner, and Suppressor. The Garden of Salvation challenge this week is the first encounter, Embrace, called To the Top. This is where you must not kill the Cyclops that spawns near the Consecrated Mind. The Last Wish challenge this week is the second encounter, Shirochi, called Witch. Guardians must not get hit or take damage from Shirochi's Arc Blast. Your Pinnacle raid will be the Vault of Glass in the Legends tab, which means all challenges will be available for each encounter. These are the first encounter, Confluxes, called Wait For It, where every Yellow Bar Wyvern must be killed as they sacrifice themselves to the Confluxes. The second encounter, Oracles, called The Only Oracle For You. Players cannot destroy the same Oracle more than once. The third encounter, Templar, called Out of Its Way, where you must keep the Templar from teleporting. The fourth encounter, Gatekeeper, called Strangers in Time. Players must defeat the Praetorians and Wyverns at the same time. The fifth encounter, Atheon, called Ensembler's Refrain. Each player teleported can only destroy one Oracle in each spawn set. Also, with the Vault of Glass being the featured raid, this does mean that you can farm the final boss for a chance at the exotic fusion rifle, Vex Mythoclass. And the Pinnacle dungeon for this week will be the Shattered Throne over on the Dreaming City. Next up, challenges. So for week 4 we have All That Matters. Complete week 4 of the We Stand Unbroken quest for a War Table upgrade and Challenge XP+. Cunning Liberator. Defeat 75 combatants in the Defiant Battlegrounds playlist using energy weapons. Earn bonus progress if they deal void or arc damage for a War Table upgrade and Challenge XP. Focus Defiance. decode or focus Defiant engrams at the War Table during the Season of Defiance for a War Table upgrade and Challenge XP. Strand Weaver. Complete the Final Strand quest, also rapidly defeat 100 combatants throughout Neomuna. Bonus for Sidearm Final Blows for Challenge XP++. Mod Collector. Unlock 12 artifact mods for Challenge XP++ and Bright Dust. Momentum Crash. Defeat 50 Guardians in Momentum Control. Earn bonus progress with Zone Advantage for Challenge XP+ and Bright Dust. Razor's Edge. Defeat 60 targets with glaives, 30 with swords, and 100 with bows in Gambit. Earn bonus progress for defeating Guardians for Challenge XP++ and Bright Dust. Darkest Nightfall. Complete any Nightfall on Hero difficulty or higher for Challenge XP+, Bright Dust, and a Nightfall weapon. And Precision Calibration. Calibrate 200 marksman weapons, scout rifles, sniper rifles, and linear fusion rifles by landing precision final blows. Bonus progress against Guardians for Challenge XP+ and Bright Dust. And speaking of Bright Dust, we have our 4th Eververse of the season starting on March 24th, 2023. Available this week for Bright Dust, we have the Trap Setting Exotic Emote for 3,250 Bright Dust, the Overcharged Shell Exotic Ghost Shell for 2,850 Bright Dust, the Stasis Entrance Legendary Transmat Effect for 450 Bright Dust, the Lion's Pride Legendary Shader for 300 Bright Dust, the Iridescent Coral Legendary Shader for 300 Bright Dust, the Pick a Card Exotic Emote for 3,250 Bright Dust, the Limitless Subversion Grips Ornament for the Hunters, the Cognate Beak Gauntlet Ornament for the Titans, and the Technologic Gloves Ornament for the Warlocks, each for 1,200 Bright Dust. The Wanderer's Shell Exotic Ghost Shell for 2,850 Bright Dust, the Lone Howl Exotic Sparrow for 2,500 Bright Dust, the Prometheus Osp Exotic Ship for 2,000 Bright Dust, the Blooming Guilt Exotic Weapon Ornament for the Exotic Submachine Gun, the Austria Striga, for 1,250 Bright Dust, and finally the Infinity Door Projection Legendary Ghost Projection for 1,500 Bright Dust.
Hello!
As a reminder, your daily lost sector will show you a flag outside which will give you details of threats, shields, champions and exotic armor you will find inside. But if you are new to the game or you're using an alternate character and can't find the flag outside, you will have to run through the lost sector normally to have it show up on your map as a legend/master, which you can either do solo or with a fire team, but you will only be able to earn a chance at the exotic drop when completing solo. Tuesday, March 21st will be the Conflux on Nessus for exotic helmets, Solar Threat, Void and Strand Surges with Void Elemental Shields, Overcharged Trace Rifles with Barrier and Unstoppable Champions. Wednesday, March 22nd will be the Thrilladrome on Neptune for exotic boots, Void Threat, Void and Strand Surges with Void and Arc Elemental Shields, Overcharged Grenade Launcher with Barrier and Overload Champions. Thursday, March 23rd will be the Hydroponics Delta on Neptune for exotic gauntlets, Void Threat, Solar and Strand Surges with no elemental shields, Overcharged Rocket Launchers with Barrier and Unstoppable Champions. Friday, March 24th will be the Gilded Preset on Neptune for exotic chests, Arc Threat, Solar and Strand Surges with Void and Solar Elemental Shields, Overcharged Glaives with Barrier and Unstoppable Champions. Saturday, March 25th will be the Excavation Site 12 on the EDZ for exotic helmets, Solar Threat, Solar and Strand Surges with Arc Elemental Shields, Overcharged Swords with Barrier and Unstoppable Champions. Sunday, March 26th will be the Skydock 4 on the EDZ for exotic boots, Solar Threat, Solar and Strand Surges with Void Elemental Shields, Overcharged Shotgun with Barrier and Unstoppable Champions. And finally, back round to Monday, March 27th will be the Quarry on the EDZ for exotic gauntlets, Void Threat, Solar and Strand Surges with Void and Solar Elemental Shields, Overcharged Grenade Launcher with Barrier and Unstoppable Champions.
Lead the way.
Our 4th featured Nightfall will see us face off against the new Brakazan in the refreshed Armed Stealer Nightfall, where you have a chance to get a Pinnacle engram if you complete the Nightfall with a score of 200k or more. You will be able to earn high-end gear for your characters, including the Nightfall featured weapon, exotic gear, enhancement cores, enhancement prisms, and ascendant shards. The higher the Nightfall difficulty, the more common the drop will be, with the featured weapon and exotic gear being uncommon at hero difficulty to being common with Ascendant Shards in Grandmasters. The Grandmaster Nightfall difficulty will return on April 11th. Your Nightfall modifiers are hero difficulty, maximum effective level 1765. Matchmaking is available. Enemies have extra shields. Champions foe. You will face barrier and unstoppable champions. You can either use intrinsic exotics, use a subclass debuff, or unlock anti-champion mods from the seasonal artifact. Solar elemental threat, 25% increase to solar incoming damage. Pestilence, Scion spawn void grenades on death. Overcharged weapons. Weapon overcharges from the seasonal artifact are active in this activity. Kinetic weapons do increase damage when your subclass element matches the active surge. An elemental surge, 25% bonus to outgoing elemental damage. Strand surge, 25 bonus to outgoing strand damage. Overcharged weapon, 25% bonus damage to a specific weapon. Galvanized, combatants have more health and are more difficult to stun. Legend, maximum effective level is 1815, includes all previous modifiers. No matchmaking. Equipment locked, you will be unable to change your equipment once this mission starts. Master, maximum effective level 1820, includes all previous modifiers. Champions Mob, this difficulty adds more champion enemies. And Famine, all ammunition drops are significantly reduced. To combat champions this season, you have access to subclass counters, as well as a choice of intrinsic anti-champion artifact mods, which are Anti-Barrier Pulse and Anti-Barrier Sidearm, Unstoppable Scout Rifle, and Medieval Champion, where glaives fire projectiles that stun unstoppable champions. Swords stun overload champions on consecutive hits. You also have exotic weapons and armor that can help with intrinsic mods as well. For anti-barrier, the kinetic bow Wishender, the kinetic linear fusion rifle Arbalest, the kinetic pulse rifle Revision 0, the solar energy hand cannon Eriana's Vow, the solar heavy sword the Lament, and the Titan exotic gauntlet Second Chance, which gain a second charge of your shield throw melee, which becomes shield piercing and stuns barrier champions. For unstoppable, the kinetic fusion rifle Bastion, the kinetic hand cannon Malfeasance, the solar energy sidearm Devil's Ruin, the void heavy bow Leviathan's Breath, and the hunter gauntlets Athras' Embrace, which have a chance to stun unstoppable champions with their empowered weighted knife. Next up, Lord Shaxx brings momentum control to the featured Crucible playlist for the 4th week of the season. Momentum control is a 6v6 PvP mode which is a variation on the regular control mode, where every weapon is significantly higher in lethality, meaning that you can take out your opponents much faster than normal. Respawns are instant, and defeating enemy players in momentum control will grant faster regeneration on your melee, grenade, and super. Players get increased damage resistance when activating a super to help counteract that little bit of extra damage that the guns give out. The mode also has increased capture speeds on points, and radar is removed for every player. Achieve victory by capturing zones and defeating opponents.
Delightful!
And Valos Forge returns to the tower for the first time this season, bringing with him the Iron Banner. This is a week-long free-to-play Crucible event, which means that there will be no Trials of Osiris at the weekend. Power level is disabled, meaning you can go into Iron Banner with whatever weapons and armor you would like. Iron Banner also brings with it challenges and a seal to become an Iron Lord. Each day for 4 days for each character from Tuesday Reset, Lord Saladin will give you the opportunity to receive a Pinnacle reward. By hovering over the Iron Banner node on the Director, it will tell you how many games you need to play and with what subclass you need to equip to complete it. You can either play each day and collect each Pinnacle, or you can wait until Friday Reset to play all the games that you need and receive all 4 Pinnacles in one go. From 3 for your first Pinnacle, and up to 18 games in total for all 4 Pinnacles. As a reminder, Pinnacle rewards will give you +5 to your power level if you are below the power cap of 1800, but if you are 1800 and trying to reach the Pinnacle cap of 1810, then the Pinnacles will give you a +2 in light. Players can rank up with Lord Saladin to receive rewards from his reward track, and equipping any Iron Banner armor, ornament or weapon plus Iron Banner emblem will progress your progress faster in ranking up. This is multiplied if you complete the daily Pinnacle challenges as well. For the Iron Banner gear boost requirements, all 5 pieces must be equipped as gear or ornaments for it to take effect. This season of Iron Banner will see Bungie change things up a bit, with each week of the season being a different game mode. For our first week of Iron Banner, we will see the return of the good old Iron Banner control, where 2 teams of 6 are pitted against each other to control 3 stationary fire pit capture points scattered around the arena. Capturing one zone will get you +1 point, capturing an additional zone will get you +2 points, and capturing all 3 zones will give your team +3 points. This also applies to kills whilst holding the zones. 0 to 1 zone will get you 1 point per kill, and 2 zones +2 points per kill. If a team captures all 3 zones on the map, that team will activate the hunt, which locks both teams out of capturing the zone for 25 seconds. The team who initiated the hunt will earn 3 points per kill, whilst the hunted team will only earn 1 point per kill. After the 25 seconds have passed, all zones will become unlocked and teams can recapture the zones again. A mercy rule can be activated if one team reaches 60% score before the other team reaches 20%. With Iron Banner's return, this also means that you have another chance to become an Iron Lord. The triumphs for this are Jolder's Victory, win matches in the Iron Banner playlist across all events and seasons. Ganora's Seal, acquire Iron Banner armor. Each piece must be unique to count towards the total. Ormond's Taste, acquire Iron Banner weapons. Each weapon must be unique to count towards the total. All-Winged Spirit, earn points by completing objectives in Iron Banner playlist modes. Frostmire's Will, complete Iron Banner challenges. Criminal's Dedication, reset Iron Banner rank twice. Jorum's Hout, complete Iron Banner matches whilst wearing at least one piece of Iron Banner armor, earn additional progress for each piece of Iron Banner armor equipped. And to gild the title this season, you have 5 triumphs to complete, which are Glorious Howl, win Iron Banner matches, earn additional progress for each piece of Iron Banner gear equipped. Again with Feeling, reset Iron Banner rank. On Point, earn points by completing objectives in Iron Banner playlist modes while using a Strand, Solar or Void subclass. One and Done, complete all 4 Iron Banner challenges in a single Iron Banner celebration. And Down Dear Friend, defeat 200 Guardians in the Iron Banner, earn bonus progress for using Iron Banner weapons from the current season. The 2 returning Iron Banner weapons this season are the Bite of the Fox Aggressive Frame Sniper Rifle, which has a base impact of 90, range of 70 and aim assist of 41. It can roll with Vorpal, Opening Shot and Explosive Payload, with no distractions, Slick Draw and Snapshot sights, and has the origin perk Skulking Wolf. While at low health, Guardian Final Blows with this weapon grant enhanced radar and remove you from the opposing radar. And the Durham's Claw Adaptive Frame Pulse Rifle, which has a base impact of 29, range of 49 and stability of 50. It can roll with Golden Tricorn, Frenzy and Kill Clip, with Moving Target, Outlaw and Gutshot Straight. It also has the origin perk of Skulking Wolf and Suro's Synergy, where reloads grant this weapon a bonus to handling and reduces incoming flinch for a short time. Before we go, if you have enjoyed this content and found it most informative, then please hit that subscribe button and check out our show over at twotitansandahunter.com. We would be greatly appreciative. And finally, there is also double XP in the Vanguard playlist this week. So if you want to fast track in getting that sweet new ritual weapon, the Ecliptic Distaff Glaive, and Vanguard ornament, the Aegon Spindle, then this will be a good start. And that's it for the 4th week of Season of Defiance. We'll catch you next week. Allons-y!
Guardian down.